Illuminati, you have to stop. Her videos, then people pointed out that she might be plagiarizing other people's videos, and then former co-workers came out and said she was a bad person. It became a really big mess, and I made a video, much like everyone else did, that this situation was totally unnecessary. We hope that she learned from this, and that basically we were on the other people's side. Now, the one thing I didn't do is I did not say I'm going to unsubscribe, because I haven't. I did not say I'm not going to continue to watch her videos, because, I do play her videos in the background. Honestly, it's very easy videos to listen to while I'm doing work, because ironically, visually, you don't need to pay much attention to them. You can just have them playing in the background and listen to it, and that's fine. But the situation got so much worse, and I'm going to throw in my 2 cents, since everyone else is throwing out their 2 cents. Heck, Illuminati bashing has kind of become like a little mini career on YouTube. I've not seen this since I benefited from Change the Channel controversy with Channel Awesome and the Nostalgia Critic. So look, I've kind of been in there. I know why people make these videos. I kind of decided after getting that little brief glimpse of fame in that hive mind that that's not how I wanted to, make my career. I will comment on YouTubers in a professional manner and when I disagree with something, but I didn't want to get in like a, oh, they're going down. But I'm going to talk about this one because this has gotten way out of control. So look, after all this stuff was going on, Illuminaughtii did something that really you should not do lightly. She made an announcement on Twitter that she would be fighting back against her the untruth said against her, and that she would, fight to maintain her voice. She would not be silenced, things like that. And then some of the former co-workers for her YouTube channel, Sad Milk, started saying that they started receiving cease and desist letters to basically stop talking about the situation. Now, I'm going to have a very unpopular opinion about this, but bear with me for a second. I don't 100% disagree with this move by Illuminaughtii, in the sense that if you feel that there are lies being said about you, if you feel that you are being defamed, and especially if you can prove that you are being defamed, and you want to seek legal action because you can prove that that defamation has resulted in a loss of subscribers, of revenue, of advertisers, I feel you have every right to pursue legal means. I totally believe that. And so that's why, even if I think you personally are guilty as sin, if you want to have a day in court to fight for your reputation, I totally support that. 100%. But there are some issues that come when you do this, and this is why you have to weigh legal options very, very carefully. First of all, what if you can't prove without a shadow of a doubt that you have been defamed and it has cost you money? Well, basically your case will be dismissed due to a lack of evidence, or they will determine that the people you are suing not guilty of defamation. Now, when people on the internet hear that, they say, oh, see, that means that they didn't defame you. No, that's not what it means. It just means that it wasn't proven that they defamed her. But if you can't prove it, then you come off looking like someone who is using the legal system to bully your way into submission. And that's one of the reasons why companies are so hesitant to do that. There's a situation going on in Florida right now between Disney and Governor Ron DeSantis, where Ron DeSantis basically took away Disney's self-government's body because they did not agree with something Disney said. Now, here's the thing. Disney is completely in the right. They have freedom of speech, and what Ron DeSantis did was retaliatory. But you will notice that it took months before Disney actually sued DeSantis for basically abusing his power as government officials. Because, you know, when you sue someone because you don't like what they're saying about you, there's really no other way to spin it. You look like the vindictive one. You look like the one who wants to bully someone into silence. And of course, especially in a case like Disney and DeSantis, Disney's a huge corporation. They don't need the money. They probably won't be hurt too terribly financially by this. They just have to kind of wait it out. But DeSantis was going at them so heavily, and they had such a strong case that they felt, you know what, screw it. We are going to sue this guy because he's abusing his power. And they feel they can prove it. But they are still being looked at as kind of like the bad guys at this point, because the everyday person doesn't always necessarily see that you might be right in suing that person. It's just you are the big guy going to the little guy. I don't know if Ron DeSantis is little, but, you know, I'm making a point. And it's like, you don't like what they're saying, you don't like what they're doing, so you're going to sue them. And this was also the problem with the McLibel situation, where McDonald's sued a couple of activists in the UK for distributing misleading information on their food products. They sued them, and ultimately McDonald's was found victorious in a couple of situations because the activists did present some of the information that was not true, but it ended up being a huge PR disaster for McDonald's, and McDonald's never even attempted to claim the money that they won, and those activists just kept protesting the company. So know that even though you have the legal right to fight, and even if you have the chance that you can win, sometimes doing so means that you don't win either way. You might not win the court of law, and even if you win in the court of law, you might not win in the court of public opinion, because people, especially on YouTube, don't like it when YouTubers sue other YouTubers. And regardless what you think of her friends, the Sad Milk guys, I am neutral on everyone personally. The fact that Iilluminaughtii is so much bigger than them, and she's sending them cease and desist letters, well, basically, that means that Iilluminaughtii could not possibly do this and come off looking good. Now, she has done a lot of things that already make her look bad. She had that apology video. The other people came in with receipts that paint her in a very bad light. Really, she would have been best had she just simply not said anything. Basically, don't address it, move on, let them talk. That's basically what I had to do with my cyberbully when I was on my other channel. Guys who were basically making fun of me, doing this, doing that, and I basically just did not acknowledge them, because it's like, what point would it be to get into a pissing match? And by the way, I was the bigger channel from those. I had way more subscribers than them. They probably didn't like that. And it's like, it would not have benefited me to bring them to the world's attention. It only would have benefited them and me looking bad. You know, when I did try to do it because I had enough, it did not end so well for me, and there was a big lesson to be learned there. So here's my take on the whole thing, because people have done deep dives of this situation. I just wanted to kind of share my opinion on this one little aspect of the drama. I have the unpopular opinion that I actually support Iilluminauttii's decision to send cease and desist letters. I support her decision to sue. If she truly feels she has been wronged and she can prove it, then she has the right to do that. I believe everyone deserves a day in court. I also believe that it was not a wise move. I think the evidence against her, from what little I've seen, is far more compelling than the evidence she provided. I believe it just brings attention, like more attention to this whole situation. It's really not a good look to be a bigger YouTube channel sending cease and desist letters to smaller YouTubers. And I also want to point out, it is especially ironic because Iilluminaughtii has made videos criticizing big companies for sending cease and desist letters to YouTubers or magazines or newspapers that have criticized them. And now she's doing that, and if she truly has a legal team in place, and she must, because she's sending official cease and desist letters, I think she's getting bad legal advice, because those lawyers should be pointing out that this could be a problem. And just to end, so that doesn't seem like I'm supporting Iilluminaughtii, do I believe that she did all these things? Personally, I do. Do I believe she would win in a court of law? No, I don't think she would. Do I believe that she is creating career suicide by continuing to discuss this? Absolutely, I do. I don't personally take pleasure in her channel suffering, but you know, when you do this to yourself, it is what it is. So while I support her right to sue people if she feels she has been wronged, I think under every metric I can think of, this was the wrong decision. And, well, it's just going to make the situation get worse, in my opinion. But anyway, I would like to know what all you think about this. I know I definitely have a different take than most people, because I've been watching a lot of anti-Illuminaughtii videos recently. What do you think about this? I'd love to know. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.